Disney, once the king of dreams and magic, now looks like it's in trouble. Fans saw this coming years ago, but Disney didn't listen. Recent reports indicate a staggering loss of 4 million Disney Plus subscribers in just one quarter. Theme parks are empty, and maintenance issues are becoming all too common. The numbers don't lie, and with the decline in revenue and rising operational costs, it's evident that Disney magic is coming to a tragic end. But the question is, what went wrong in the story of an empire that once ruled the trillion-dollar industry? Well, to understand that, we need to start from the beginning. The story begins with a visionary named Walt Disney. In the early 1920s, Walt and his brother Roy embarked on a journey that would change the entertainment landscape forever. From the humble beginnings of a small studio in Los Angeles, they birthed characters that would soon become household names. As the years passed, the Disney brothers faced highs and lows. From the groundbreaking success of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs to the risky venture of Disneyland in 1955, their journey was nothing short of a roller coaster. Especially from 2010 to 2019, it was Disney's golden era, as it produced top-grossing movies year after year. But through it all, one thing remained constant: their commitment to bring joy and magic to all. Yet as we fast forward to today, the empire they built is falling apart. Things went horribly downhill for Disney in the last few years. And honestly, no one else is to blame for. Let's look at Disney's streaming service, Disney Plus, for example. Is it really Disney Plus or Disney Minus? Because it was once hailed as the future of entertainment. But as time went on, the strategy of churning out content without focusing on quality backfired. Shows like She-Hulk, Ms. Marvel, and Hawkeye didn't resonate with the audience as expected. The result? A whopping $4 billion loss last year. It's like throwing a grand party, but forgetting to send out the invites. Disney reported a loss of 4 million Disney Plus subscribers in just one quarter. While they tried to offset this loss with price hikes, the strategy proved unsustainable. The expectation was a gain, but the reality was a stark contrast. The loss was particularly felt in India, where Disney Plus Hotstar lost streaming rights to the popular Indian Premier League cricket matches. Even in the US and Canada, where prices were raised last December, 300,000 customers said goodbye. Some analysts believe that while Disney is trying to cut costs and improve its streaming unit's performance, it's coming at the expense of subscriber growth. The balance between attracting new customers and maintaining profitability is proving to be a tightrope walk for the entertainment giant. But the decline is not just digital. Disney parks, the physical embodiment of the brand's magic, are also showing signs of neglect. From being shut down due to the pandemic to getting involved in political controversies, the magic seems to be waning. And when attractions like the Tower of Terror operate at 50% capacity due to technical issues, or when the much-hyped Rise of the Resistance breaks down frequently, it's bound to leave visitors disheartened. Fans have long-voiced concerns about the deteriorating conditions at places like Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Disney's Hollywood Studios. A recent video that went viral showcased some of the most unpleasant sights at Walt Disney World Resort. From discarded heels in the water to a dead fish covered in flies on the sidewalk, the magic seems to be fading. And it's not just about maintenance. Some fans even argue that Disneyland is cleaner and better maintained than Disney World. The fans, the lifeblood of any entertainment empire, are making their voices heard. Social media platforms are abuzz with reactions, critiques, and sometimes outright outrage. And don't even get me started at Disney's Marvel misstep. You might be wondering, how could Marvel, the cinematic giant, be a misstep for Disney? Well, it wasn't always that way. Initially, Marvel was a golden goose for Disney, churning out blockbuster after blockbuster. But as the saying goes, all that glitters is not gold. The Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe saw movies like Shang-Chi, Black Widow, and The Eternals struggle to break even. Even the much-anticipated Wakanda Forever and Thor, Love and Thunder barely made a profit when you consider the colossal budgets and promotional costs. It's like buying a Ferrari but not having enough money for gas. Which, by the way, leads me to Star Wars. Star Wars, a name that once evoked excitement and anticipation, has now become a subject of debate and disappointment for many fans. Remember the thrill of watching the original trilogy? Now, compare that with the recent releases. The Rise of Skywalker was a commercial disaster, reflecting the financial decline of the sequel trilogy. And let's not even talk about Solo, which became the first Star Wars film in history to lose money. The dream of turning Star Wars into a Marvel-like cash cow seems to be fading faster than a sunset on Tatooine. Disney's strategy of banking on legacy franchises might seem like a safe bet on the surface. After all, names like Star Wars and Marvel have a built-in fan base. But there's a catch. Over-reliance on these franchises without injecting fresh creativity can lead to fatigue. And that's what we're seeing. The same stories, rehashed and repackaged, are no longer drawing the crowds as they once did. It's like listening to a song on repeat. No matter how good it is, after a while, you just want to hear something new. But as if the internal challenges weren't enough, Disney is also facing external pressures. A recent legal battle with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has spotlighted the company. During an investor call, Iger posed a thought-provoking question. Does Florida want Disney to invest more, employ more people, and pay more taxes? The underlying tension is palpable, and the outcome of this battle could have significant implications for Disney's operations in the state. Disney's journey from a dream factory to a global empire has always been about balancing profit with magic. But recent events suggest that this balance is tilting. While the company's earnings per share met Wall Street expectations and their revenue even slightly surpassed analyst projections, the underlying issues must be addressed. The company's traditional television business, once a cash cow, is also facing hurdles. With higher sports programming costs and lower advertising revenue, the challenges are mounting. Believe it or not, Disney all brought its disgrace upon itself by actively plunging into other things. Disney, for decades, has been a beacon of imagination and creativity. But in recent times, the company has found itself embroiled in cultural wars, pandering to a handful of progressive activists. Instead of focusing on what they do best, creating magical experiences, they've been sidetracked by needless controversies. It's like a chef trying to fix a leaking roof instead of cooking. Also, in an era where politics seems to permeate every facet of life, Disney hasn't been immune. Their decision to wade into political waters, especially in Florida, has had significant repercussions. The removal of a special tax-exempt status led to higher operating costs and increased admission fees at the resorts. When a company as influential as Disney takes a political stance, it's bound to ruffle some feathers. And in this case, it's not just the politicians who are upset, but also a significant portion of their fan base. It's a classic case of a business stepping outside its domain, and the consequences have been palpable. Leadership changes at the helm of a company can often signal shifts in direction and strategy. Bob Chapek, who took over as CEO, initially tried to steer clear of the cultural and political controversies, aiming to keep Disney politically neutral. However, pressures from within the company led to a change in stance, further muddying the waters. Now, with Bob Iger back in the driver's seat, there's a sense of déjà vu. Will he be able to steer the ship clear of the iceberg, or is it too late? Disney, an empire that once stood tall and proud, is on shaky ground. From cinematic blunders to theme park troubles, the magic is slowly fading. But as fans and well-wishers, we hope that the company finds its way back to its roots, focusing on what it does best, creating unforgettable experiences. So, what's next for Disney? With plans to expand streaming offerings and a promise to cut significant costs, the company is gearing up for a fight. But as they navigate these turbulent waters, one thing is clear: the magic of Disney is being tested like never before. Will they rise to the occasion, or will this be the story of a once mighty empire's fall?